This is NBC News for Universal Kids. I'm Savannah Sellers, and here's your Week in Review. A new way to keep kids safe at school. Across the United States, parents, students, principals, and teachers debate about the best ways to keep kids safe in school. Last fall, New York City started a program to try something new. AISHA Jackson and Nayuka Ramirez are school coordination officers at a New York City school. They're like police officers, but they don't carry any weapons. Before this new program, school safety officers were like security guards, watching over the building and students. But now they do so much more.
Well, before the cops might have said hi, but they didn't know the kids on a personal basis. You got to show up. We're guidance counselors, we're nurses, we're teachers sometimes. All right, high five. We do much more than we ever did before.
These officers really get to know the students by walking the halls and talking with them, asking them about their lives.
How's grandma? How's grandma?
She's doing good.
And showing students that they support them. And the students say they feel the difference in their school.
I see them as family to me.
They try to build a bond with the students.
This new program gives the officers the chance to use small moments to make a big difference. Moonbeams and laser beams. When the sun goes down at the Apache Point Observatory in New Mexico, astronomers use a really powerful telescope to send out a powerful laser beam up at the moon. Why blast a laser beam to the moon?
We use it to measure the distance to the moon by measuring the amount of time it takes light to travel to the moon and come back.
Measuring the distance between the Earth and the moon is helping scientists better understand how gravity, the force holding us all in place on Earth, works. Scientists fire the laser at reflectors that were put up there by the very first astronauts to walk on the moon, all the way back in 1969.
Laser reflector is installed.
The reflectors, about the size of a laptop, send the laser beam right back to Earth. And they give today's scientists a unique way to work with astronauts of the past.
These are the only pieces of scientific equipment left on the moon that are still in use. Because they don't require any power, they must have thought that that was a pretty good investment over time.
It takes only 2.5 seconds for the laser beam to travel over 200,000 miles. That's fast. Maybe one day you could be the astronomer who gets to press this big green button and shoot a laser up at the moon. And now, have you seen this? Rusty the bearded dragon can be picky when it comes to eating his dinner. He has to have his favorite bowl and a little table and chairs, even though it can be slippery. All that's missing is a nice tablecloth. Bon appetit, Rusty. Tyler CARACH, also called the Donut Boy. The fifth grader from Alabama is on a mission to give a delicious donut to every police officer in the United States. A few years ago, Tyler saw some police officers in a store and he used his allowance money to buy them mini donuts.
I wanted to thank them for what they do and risking their lives.
One good deed turned into many. With help from his mom, donations, and local donut stores, Tyler has already given out 75,000 donuts to police officers in 41 states.
We go there, we set up the donuts on a table. Most of the time we get coffee to put up there too. And we just give out the donuts and thank them and give them little thank you cards.
Appreciate that.
One of the most valuable lessons Tyler is learning is the importance of spreading kindness to those around you.
I wish that I could tell the whole world that you should always be kind and not bully or be mean.
So, what's next for the Donut Boy?
When I get older, I want to be a canine officer because I get to have a dog and I get to help people.
You're well on your way, Tyler. Welcome to Superhero Boost.
Yes!
The program in San Francisco, California helps kids with limb differences build their own super arm. Sometimes people are born with arms that aren't fully formed. Like Jordan, her left arm stops just below her elbow.
I have my days where I'm just like, I wish I could just hide it completely. But then there's days where I'm just like, hi.
So Jordan wears a replacement arm called a prosthetic. At Superhero Boost, kids create their own one-of-a-kind prosthetics with help from engineers and designers, and then build their creations using 3D printers.
It's fun because you get to be really creative and you're given tools and You get to learn new things every single time. I just love it.
Jordan made a prosthetic arm that shoots out biodegradable glitter.
Glitter!
That looks really good.
It's like New Year's.
Ryder is making one that will launch fake plastic snakes. And Kenzie's will have gems that light up and change color.
I'm gonna be pretty psyched to have this and like put it on my shelf and be like, hey, I made that.
The possibilities are endless with science and a dash of creativity. And now, have you seen this? Free snacks! This sea lion is hitching a ride on the back of a boat in Mexico, and his trip is complete with some delicious fish. Once he's had enough, he says bye-bye to his new boat friends and swims away. Renewable energy. That's energy that won't get used up because it comes from renewable resources, like wind, water, and sunshine. We can't use up all the sunlight from the sun or all the wind from our atmosphere. Wind turbines and solar panels already create renewable energy around the world. We use energy in almost everything we do, like turning on lights, using a computer, or taking a hot shower. So, scientists and companies are trying to find new ways to make and use renewable energy. So, what are the new ideas? An energy kite. It's designed to capture winds while flying up to 1,000 feet in the air. That's almost as tall as the Empire State Building. Designers are still testing the kite, but they hope it will be able to travel and bring energy to areas that have lost power in a storm. Countries around the world are constructing solar farms. The biggest one is in Egypt. These farms put together thousands of solar panels so they can make a lot more energy, which could potentially power entire cities. There might even be a solar farm in space soon. Not everyone agrees that renewable energy sources are the best way to get energy. They can be really expensive and weather is unpredictable. But companies and scientists continue to experiment with new ways to create energy that can power our world. And now, have you seen this? Chimps on the loose. Several chimpanzees at a zoo in Ireland teamed up to escape their enclosure using a tree branch. One chimp even wandered down the road before returning on his own. That's your look at this week's NBC News for Universal Kids. Now, go join the conversation.